Listen, reach for the stars, wild ones. It's Bernadette, and I'm here with the Gemini Tarot reading for April 2021. Okay, so before we get started, I've got to remind you that this is April 1st is just a couple days away. That starts my Kickstarter for my brand new book, the Spirit Totem and Power Animals, the complete book of animal spirit guides, a 700-page 9x11 full-color book. It's the most comprehensive book on the subject anywhere in the world. There are 300 two pages each, animal descriptions that will bring you in closer relationship with your animal allies and nature. There are prayers and intentions. There are articles about sigils and talisman and how to create them, and there are sample interpretations and all kinds of information about numerology and color theory and just, everything that will go into you more easily recognizing and more easily being able to come again into deeper relationship with your animal allies. Kickstarter begins on April 1st. The link is in the comments below. Please, please, please do yourself a giant favor. Get this book. It's discounted during Kickstarter only. You'll be so thrilled when you get this book. All right, here we go. On to the tarot card readings. Geminis, I'm excited for you because your tarot card for this month is the King of Pentacles, the Rhinoceros. Oh, luxury and just more luxury and just, can I come stay with you for a little while? Because if you don't turn into your Gemini self, if you try really hard to not make your decision to be pampered and then say, no, I'm not going to be pampered. Yes, I want to be pampered. I want to be decadent. No, I don't want to be decadent. You've got an incredible April ahead of you. So listen, basking in hard-earned luxuries is maybe some of the best luxury because you work so darn hard to get there. Now, the thing is that, Gemini, you may not always express your opulent desires, as you can talk yourself, as we just talked about, in and out of splurging at the drop of a hat. But listen, April 2021, it's really a time to treat yourself like royalty, literally like royalty, which is why the King of Pentacles has come out for you. Now, Rhinoceros as the King of Pentacles, that reminds you the importance of pampering yourself at every level. So treat your body like a temple, indulge in spiritual experiences that bring you joy, take a mental health day, take 2. Your wheels are always spinning in your head. And because of that, you find it really hard to take a break, and so you seldom do take a break because your mind is like the hamster in the wheel, wing, 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 wing. But now is the time to decompress and enjoy the simple things or elaborate things, because simple things can be elaborate. And just do those pleasures. If it's, if it's getting up at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning and making yourself some kettle popcorn, make some kettle popcorn. If you want to go out somewhere, or you want to do something, just whatever it is, do the things that bring you pleasure in your life. And that is spending time with friends. Maybe it's a book, a museum, take a class, right? Go hiking, anything. And the reason that I go into all of those things is when we get so busy, right? And especially you, Gemini, because again, you're always thinking, and you're going from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. It can be really hard to remember the things that bring us true pleasure. Honestly, it can. In your mind, if you hear, well, I'm going to get up at midnight, and if I wake up at midnight and I'm like, I would like some kettle corn or a chai or a hot dog or whatever it is, whatever. It can be really hard to think of that as a luxury, but it is, because if you haven't done it in forever because you've been so dead tired you don't wake up, or maybe you've been gifting extra weight to people and animals around the world who need your extra weight because you don't need it anymore, or maybe we're just coming off the heels of Lent, or I think we're just coming off the heels of Lent, and so maybe you denied yourself a sippy of wine. It can be tough to remember that, but it's really calling for you to remember that, because again, it's gonna do something really beautiful for you, mind, body, and spirit. Now, as you bask in the fruits of your labor and enjoy those pleasures, you got to remember you're also inspiring others not to take life so seriously, to slow down and smell the roses. And one of the biggest ways that Gemini, as a zodiac sign, inspires others is they're always talking. They're always telling their story. They're always telling other people's stories. I mean, you guys are the great magpies of the world, and it is fantastic to listen to your stories. Now, here's the other thing. Remember, you've got the power of this month of the King of Pentacles behind you. So when you talk about that archetype and you talk about rhinoceros, any words that you speak, any intention that you put out, especially as regards sharing that with other people, it's going to have enormous power. So you might say something like, well, I had a situation on Facebook, I don't know, a couple months ago, a friend of mine that lives overseas, she had never heard of those hot tamales that I dearly, dearly love. And she was asking about them, and she likes spicy things. You can't get them in her country of England. And so I sent her, I don't know, a few packs of hot tamales so she could have them. And it was just candy. Okay, it was candy. You can buy them 4 for $1 at Walgreens. And, you know, and it was she was like, oh my God. And in that simple candy, it wasn't about the candy, although it was, she really loved them. It was about the act of my taking the time to send her something like that. And so also through this month, please remember the power of your words, the power of your emotion, the power of your intention. It's a big deal. So early in the month, your ruling planet Mercury, the messenger, is in emotional, compassionate Pisces. So Mercury in this sign can lead you to become more highly aware of your intuition, but it can also lead to fantasy-based thinking and illusions. Then again, early this month, you may feel bursts of creativity, divinely inspired art, writing, or music. Go, let it flow forth. Let your muses channel through you and have some hot tamales. Okay, after the 4th, Gemini, Mercury enters into Aries. In this sign, your ruling planet becomes you, but with greater clarity of thinking and focus. You might also become more confident in your beliefs and more sure of yourself, and you may also express yourself in more playful ways, playing some jokes, hiding love notes, just, you know, it can be anything. You know, maybe you set somebody's keys out for them and I don't know. Oh, you could have a treasure hunt, right? You could set up a treasure hunt for people that you love. Those are always really fun. And especially as we get closer to Easter and I think of Easter egg hunts, I'm going to hide Easter eggs in my yard just for myself. At my age, I'm going to forget where I hid them anyway. So, okay, from the 10th up until about the 21st, an intense lineup in Aries amidst your ruling planet will also lead to more concentrated energy, which can translate into restlessness and anxieties. You might feel like your mind is spinning faster now, like you need that. But I will tell you that the message from Rhino is to try to channel some of this energy into creative and fun endeavors that diffuse your intense energy. Now, having said that, let me say this. Sometimes when, because I have a lot of friends that are Geminis, and I watch them, and I know when their minds are like, whee! But if those that have mastered sitting in quiet while the whee goes on, it's like reaching out to catch the golden nuggets of some of the most amazingly brilliant inspiration. I'm just like, wow. So don't feel like if your mind is on hyperdrive that you have to stop it and then go one step at a time. You may just need to sit in quiet and wait for those golden nuggets to appear to you. So that food for thought. From the 23rd through the end of the month, Mercury is transiting Taurus and comes into close connection with the wild and unruly Uranus and Venus. This can be a great time to spice up your love life. So earlier, what I really was trying to spit out about, about the treasure hunt, dang it, I was getting ahead of myself because treasure hunts are fun when you're in an intimate relationship. Let me just put it that way. Please tell me I don't need to. Tell me I don't need to like spell this out for y'all. Come on now. I know that you know. I know that you know what I'm talking about. And also even down to like if you're going to do treasure hunt, you're going to like leave little notes around like clues or like points in the map. Don't just plop a hunk of paper down there. Spray it with your favorite perfume or cologne or put a coupon in there for whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I'm moving on, or we'll be here all day. I'm a triple Scorpio, okay? I could talk about this stuff all day long. Also, your favorite luxuries and fantasies in love and romance may be tuned up a bit as you become more open to experimenting in love and romance. Let me say that again. Experimenting in love and romance. And here's, in all seriousness, says the triple Scorpio, there's a reason I bring that up. And that is, most of us who do readings, whether we're full-time readers or part-time readers, you'll notice a trend after, say, the first couple weeks that you are a professional reader. And that is that man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, there is so much angst and shame and just shadow work to be done around sexuality that you know what, maybe I should have become a sacred sex therapist or something, because it's craziness. And it's not craziness, but it's the indoctrination. It's what we're taught to believe. It's what, it's handed down generationally, so on and so forth. The reason that this is important for you, Gemini, is because you are I'm going to, I'm not going to, I'm going to, I'm not going to. And in the world of physical romance, in the world of physical intimacy, emotional intimacy, that kind of thing, it can really cause your partners to feel, or your partner or partners to feel like you're changing your mind all the time about them. It can put them on very unsteady ground if they don't understand what Gemini can really be like or is really like. And, people, that's the first thing that people go to, is they internalize, what's wrong with me? What don't they love about me? What aren't they attracted to about me? So try to war against yourself. And when it comes to spicing up your romance and doing some experimenting, try not to talk yourself out of it. Just do it and help you and your partner, the thing that you've created together, which is the relationship, help them feel a little more solid in that. So now listen, okay, there's the story about romance. So romance schmomance, let's talk about the money. It's all about the money, money, money. Gosh, what was that song from Pitch Perfect? My guilty pleasure. I must watch the first two of those, I don't know, once a month or something. But anyway, your financial prospects could change dramatically, even amidst the turbulent challenges and changes that you're going to likely feel during this time. But even through that, you're going to be like, man, that feels like I'm really lucky. I've got a lucky break. And that, not only is that happening planetarily, you get it. But remember now, the King of Pentacles is behind you, and that archetype is just waiting there for you to uncover, your big treasure troves of gold coin and whatever else is in there, right? So rather than plans falling apart, this period of time is going to bring new doors opening. And that's going to be so awesome. Again, Gemini, don't be like, I'm going in, I'm not going in. I'm going to go through the door, I'm not going to go through the door. Go through the door. All right. You also may feel inclined to let loose and let go now, right? Let your freak flag fly, Gemini. While other zodiac signs may cringe as you throw caution to the wind, you may feel inspired by this newfound freedom, maybe even staying wild. And in love and relationships, you might feel light and playful, breaking the rules and experimenting again with new ways to show your love and affection. And that might sound like I'm repeating myself, because I kind of am, because, well, okay, I'm deliberately am. And the reason for that is, if you'll just for this month say, I'm not going to vacillate. I'm not going to vacillate. I'm going to stay with my first thing that comes to my gut. Whatever pops into my mind, I'm going to do that. I'm going to follow through. Oh, the rewards that you're going to reap in so many different ways is just so exciting. So, I want to talk about, just very quickly, the traditional tarot card meanings of the King of Pentacles. And even though, yes, Pentacles can certainly mean material success, it can also mean emotional, spiritual, mental, any kind of success that you want to gain. But the cool thing about that is this is the king that's got everything in perfect order. And what that means is, once he sets his plan in place, it is unassailable. It cannot be attacked. It cannot be dismantled. It just is. And the universe just goes rolling along like, this is what Gemini wanted. This is what we're doing. Okay. Hey, y'all. And you all roll on about your merry business. So anything that's going on with you, Gemini, that you are plans you want to put in place, methods you want to put in place, definitely luxuries and pampering that you want to pursue, set it in place and go with it. Psychically, what I'm picking up for you all through this is that by doing that, let's say you want to go ziplining, okay? Somewhere in the process of going to the zip line, coming back from the zip line, something ziplining, opportunity is going to present itself. So by you going ahead with that plan, that first thing that you want to do, other things are going to spring from it. Because remember, the King of Pentacles also represents the fire aspect of Earth. So whatever this is going to be very grounded, but it's going to give that ignition, and it's going to go, and then it's just going to go fantastically. Also, fire is movement and transformation. And while the earth can resist with all its might, at the end of the day, unfortunately, fire always rules. And it will not rock the core, but it can mow down anything in front of it. So whatever you want to give warmth to, breathe life into, this April 2021, for this particular tarot card reading is, man, it's just such a powerful time to do it. Plus, you got to remember, Easter is coming up, and that whole thing, whatever faith or, religion or whatever it is you ascribe to, there's no denying that once so many people concentrate on a thing being Easter, that it becomes a real thing. And so now we're talking about a rebirth, a death and coming back to life, seemingly in a magical way. So there's that. And then also with rhinoceros, let me just say this, what's coming to me, why it's important to you for rhinoceros. They don't have very great vision. They really don't have great vision. And they do have kind of a strange way of communicating, because they communicate through like honks and sneezes and just weird to us. It's there for them. Now, they have an incredibly strong sense of smell. And the reason that I bring that up is, let's say that your mind is like, wee, 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 and you can't necessarily see those golden nuggets and all that churning of your mind that's on hyperdrive during this month. You will be able to smell out the golden nuggets. You will be able to smell out the opportunities. And if you play it right, Gemini, you're going to have a heck of an April. So I hope that's very helpful. Please pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And what's the most important thing? Do good for animals and stay wild.